Good morning, folks. I want to take this opportunity to welcome you to this session. This is the Dow Pasture Symposium. This is exactly where you need to be right now. Make sure you've got plenty of room. Come on in. There's plenty of room in here, Hank. Have a seat. I want to begin the session today by saying that the Dow Pasture Symposium was the first symposium to start with AFGC. And if you look around at the program today, you'll see there's a lot of them now. So I really appreciate what Dow has done to help get this kicked off. They've done a great job. I believe this is maybe the 6th year that we've had such. I do appreciate all the fine folks from Dow for not only supporting this particular symposium, but for supporting forages and supporting AFGC in general. I want to ask now to bring you an official welcome, Mr. Dave Owens with Dow Agri-Sciences. Dave is a leader in this area, so I've asked Dave to come and share a few remarks. Dave?
Thank you, Gary. They're going to be very quick remarks. We're going to let Scott do most of our talking. No, that's all right. Can everybody hear me?
Oh, this is recording.
Oh, recording it. All right. There you go. Yeah. Darn it! I tell you what, I hate it when this happens. Anyway, no, we're going to actually let Scott do most of the talking for us. But it is an absolute pleasure to be here with you folks today. We're very excited about the year ahead of us. We've got a lot of neat things planned. We've got a great joint venture, so to speak, with the Kentucky Cattlemen's Association and a very wonderful demonstration farm called Eden Shales. You'll be seeing lots of opportunities to demonstrate improved forages, improved weed management practices, cattle grazing initiatives. Lots of fun stuff are going to be going on out at Eden Shales. And so as we kind of push forward into the new year, look for fun and exciting things to come from Dow Agri-Sciences. We're going to start kind of a new website and a new kind of a blog, so to speak. And we'll be kicking that off at the National Cattlemen's Association meeting. So bear with us as we get some things all organized and launched this spring, and look for great fun things from us in the very near future. So Gary, with that, with a little bit of a teaser, I'm going to pass it back over to you. And just again, thank you all so much for showing up today. Appreciate your presence and your attention, and we'll get right into the heart of the meeting. Thanks.
Thank you, Dave. Give a back round of applause, folks. Thank you. They do have an exhibit out there, and they have a lot of their staff here, so make sure you stop by the exhibit and visit with them and pick up some of the literature. Now, as I indicated, this is the 6th time, I think, that we've done this particular symposium, and over the years, we've chosen a variety of themes that we have addressed, and we continue to try to look at different ways to kind of address some of the same problems that we've talked about, as well as bring in others. When we think about a forage program, we really feel like that we can break that down into 4 major fundamental phases. And in those phases, each one has a major objective. We're going to try to address each one of those today. We're going to begin with establishment. That's a fundamental principle. And we expect that we'll come out with the goal of that being to end up with a good, thick, dense, weed-free stand. We don't have the potential for high yields. We don't have the potential for high quality if we don't have the desirable plants to work with. So that's phase number 1. Phase number 2 is once the growing season starts, then it's the production phase. So we want to produce, and our goal during that production phase is to produce just to get as much off of that field as possible. As many pounds of dry matter, as many bales of hay, many loads of silage, or as many pounds of milk or beef off of that hay. So the yield is our end result of that second fundamental phase. And then sometimes during that production phase, we're going to either open some gates and put some cattle or livestock in there, or we're going to pull some harvesting equipment in. This is the critical fundamental stage that we want to emphasize, that goal of quality. And then after all that's said and done, and we have it in the bale, or we have it in a bag, or we have it in an upright silo, or we have it in a ruminant animal and we're producing a quality product, the next phase of that, if we're successful, is to be able to market that product and market it for profit. Those are going to be the four fundamental phases that we're going to be addressing today. They're phases that we have addressed over the years and we'll still be addressing when we meet a decade from now at this particular conference. So I want to do that, and the way we're breaking it down today, I've asked a bunch of my friends to come along because I've learned after about 40 years of coming to this conference, if I can surround myself by my friends, they make me look good, and the older I get, the more important it is for me to look good. So I have got some outstanding people that's going to come and visit with us today. We're going to start and cover this first phase of establishment. And that one, we've asked Dr. Marvin Hall. Marvin is all back and refreshed after a sabbatic leave, and we've asked him to address that fundamental principle of establishment with that goal of ending with a good, thick, dense, weed-free stand of that desirable species. So join me in welcoming from Penn State University, Dr. Marvin Hall.